I just made the biggest investment in myself that I've ever made in my entire life, but more on that in just a second. If you know me from years past, making music and touring all around the country, it's nice to see you again. If I'm just meeting you for the first time, my name is Luke Relfs. I'm a 24-year-old creative from Omaha, Nebraska, who has a mission to bring the most value that I possibly can to everybody that I interact with. I love all things personal development, videography, communication, content creation. I'm a full-time marketing director at an insurance company, and I engineer, record, and mix music on the side. But more important than all of that is my faith in Jesus. My faith is the foundation of who I am, where my true fulfillment comes from, and the lens in which I interact with the world. But back to this investment. I'm creating these videos as a way to document my journey from here on out in 2024 and beyond. I recently just joined Tom Nosk's personal branding and content creation cohort, and I'm super excited to see what it offers for this year. I wasn't always super concerned with personal development, creating content, and really doing something with my life. Years ago, I was smoking weed every day, hanging out with friends who weren't good for me, and just wasting my life hoping that a music career would fall into my lap. I never went to college and instead had the opportunity to tour for 3 years after I graduated. I was with a group of people and we toured all over the country doing hundreds of shows. I got the chance to speak to over 50,000 people during that time. I really thought that my dream was coming true of pursuing music full-time, and it was starting to become tangible. And then COVID hit. I spent the next couple years back at home in Omaha, Nebraska, just working random side gigs, waiting tables, making music here and there with my friends, but never really fully pursuing it or doing anything with it. I felt super unfulfilled and unhappy with my life, and I decided to make a change. From Nebraska, I moved my entire life down to Texas to pursue a career in sales. A buddy of mine was doing door-to-door and was making really great money. I figured I could make tens of thousands of dollars too during this time and finally become somebody. But with the way I acted and the things that I did, this actually led to this being the worst season of my entire life. I was never creating music, I barely made enough money to scrape by, and I felt so distant from the faith that had once been my main source of fulfillment and joy that all of us crave. I came back from that summer in 2022 and decided to pursue God with everything that I had. I stopped smoking weed, I cut out toxic people from my life, and I actually started reading the Bible every single day. And that's when my life completely changed. Without realizing it, I noticed that I had put so much on myself to become a full-time music artist. It was something that I loved, but as soon as it was gone and it wasn't what I was doing anymore, I felt super unfulfilled and unhappy. But it was even deeper than that. It was a lack of true identity. I had put all of who I was and what I wanted to be in the fact that I made music. But in the last couple years, I've hardly done anything in that realm. I've been pursuing God with everything that I am, and I've never felt so fulfilled in my life. Just a few days ago, I decided to go all in. I want to share my story, my weaknesses, my pitfalls, and take you along on the journey with me by creating these videos and showing you what I'm doing over the next year. I just decided to jump in on Tom Nosk's personal branding cohort, where I'm going to learn how to effectively create content to build an audience and provide massive value to the people that I want to serve. My hope is that you realize that you can do this too. No matter who you are, where you're watching from, what your story has looked like, you have the ability to impact people and love on people. I'm tired of the fakeness in the highlight reels of social media. It's time for us to be authentic, to be real, to share our stories, and to hopefully help the people that we were years ago. I don't know much, but I can tell you this. For me, no amount of money I made, followers I had, fun experiences I had, fun places that I was living in, none of it actually gave me true fulfillment. My goal is to share what I've been through and hopefully connect with and impact somebody out there who is just like me. I've always wanted to have goals that weren't exactly numbers-based or monetary, but things that I could really do. Not because I don't think I could hit 50,000 or 100,000+ followers on Instagram or make a certain amount, but I really want to set goals for myself that I can control. So some of the goals that I have for this year are as follows. I want to have 1,000 people tell me that the content I made has changed their life for the better. I want to retire my wife from teaching. We just got married 7 months ago. Here's a picture of her on the screen. Love her to death. I want to be able to provide for her and my future family. I want to increasingly give 20% of what I make to people who need it. I want to be generous rather than focusing on the amount of money that I can make myself. And I want to start a cohort or a course that includes 25 members by the end of the year. How am I going to do all of this? I'm glad you asked. I want to make 2 pieces of content every day, mainly a video providing value to people on Instagram, TikTok, and platforms like that, and a thread of different ideas every day. I want to create offers that can provide immense value to people and provide for my family. Immediately following any payment, I want to put 20% into an account that's just to bless people with and be generous with. And I want to build trust through consistent and valuable content and launch a grand slam offer that helps people find their true purpose. I'm really excited to build with all of you this year. I know that being a part of this community, helping each other and learning from each other is going to be worth the money invested in itself. I'm so excited to see what you all do this year. Let's absolutely crush it. Let's provide immense amounts of value, and let's make an absolute killing and a great living doing it. I appreciate Mr. Tom for setting all this up and doing this, and I'm looking forward to absolutely slamming it and crushing it with you guys this year in 2024. Thank you guys so much for watching this whole video. I hope this can help you get a glimpse into who I am as a person and the things that I love and believe, and I just want to impact people and help people, so let's go ahead and do it. Peace, y'all.